Hello, my name is Mark Goodacre. I'm here at Duke University, where I'm teaching a course this semester on Jesus and the Gospels. And you know what? One of the things that is really, really difficult whenever you're teaching about Jesus, if you're looking at the historical Jesus, is to know where to start. I have changed the way I've taught this many times over the years because I can never quite work out the right place to start. You see, you could begin with the history of scholarship because the history of Jesus scholarship is itself a whole fascinating topic, and you learn a lot about the field by learning about the history of the field. So I always used to begin the course with Albert Schweitzer and his quest of the historical Jesus and made that a real focus. The difficulty with beginning with the history, though, is people get really bored really quickly. And when you're at the beginning of the semester and you're in the kind of drop ad period, as they call it, people are going to drop the course if it's like a bunch of old white dudes from the 17th, 18th, 19th centuries before you get anywhere near looking at the New Testament. And then there's another thing you can do. You can start with the source material. You can say, okay, what are the most important sources for the historical Jesus? Do we begin with Josephus? Do we begin with the Synoptic Gospels? Do we begin with Paul? So you can walk through all of that material. And then the problem is it becomes like an introduction to the New Testament rather than a study of the historical Jesus. So another thing you can do is you can look at methods, because a lot of people that take a course on the historical Jesus, they kind of imagine that it's all going to be Bible study. And so one of the first things that you really need to lean into is how you actually do history, how you do ancient history. So one thing to do is a whole bunch of stuff about methods, but that can also feel a bit dull. And I've recently kind of lost faith in some of the traditional criteria that are used in historical Jesus studies. So that's a difficult way to start as well. So where do you start? Well, I tell you what I did. I decided just to make historical Jesus something I do at the graduate level when people have already got a whole bunch of knowledge about these things. And for undergraduates, I do a course called Jesus and the Gospels, which I'm going to start teaching soon.